Good evening, dear viewer. You're welcome to Women in Business right here on Apia TV. I am your host, Marvelous Apwamaga. Women in Business is a show where we profile women who are doing great in business here in the southeast region of Nigeria and also Nigeria, the country at large. For me in the studio today is someone you'd love to meet. To stay tuned. Welcome back to Women in Business. We are still here with our beautiful guest, the trailblazer in business, like I said earlier before we went on that short break. And I will be introducing her to you. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Barrister Blessing Chukunonso, Creative Director, House of Blessing Culture. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. And you?
You look beautiful and great.
Thank you.
All right. So, when I was told by my producer that you are a barrister and you're also a creative director of this fashion house, I was thrilled. So, I would like you to start by telling us how you started this business.
Okay. Um, I didn't actually set out to be a commercial seamstress. In fact, my children inspired this business or inspired me going into sewing. I have three girls. Yeah. And because I wanted them to twin, always twin in their outfits. So I thought to myself, you know what it takes to make to pay a tailor to make three dresses for three girls, especially when they are girls. For boys, theirs is a little bit cost effective. So I said to myself, why don't I learn how to make these dresses and then I can actually style them the way I want them to be. So in January 2022, I I enrolled in sewing classes. I learned it for about 3 months, and then along the way, I dropped and then continued my learning on YouTube. In fact, 90% of what I know now, I got from YouTube, not from physical classes. So, um, talking about how the business aspect started, I stumbled on Lolo Bakara's page on Facebook. I kind of, should I use the word, I fell in love with her program, and I contacted her. I told her I wanted to make one or two dresses for her. I just wanted her to adorn my outfits. She said, okay, fine. She sent her measurements. I made it within a few days. I sent it to her. To my greatest surprise, she posted it on Facebook and tagged me. And people started contacting me. So that was how I think this was in October 2022. Then she asked for my business page. I had none then because, like I said earlier, I didn't set out to be a commercial seamstress. So she tagged my personal profile on Facebook. So I thought to myself that I needed to open a business page since people were contacting me to make the same dresses I made for her. So I opened a business page, registered business name with CAC. Officially, House of Blessing commenced in November 2022. So right now, I think we're 1 year and 7 months or thereabout.
Okay, so that's, I mean, really thrilling because I know how much people have talked about YouTube and how effective it is when
Yeah.
it comes to learning. But I've also heard some other people say they've learned just, would I say, 10% of what they wish to learn on YouTube. Like there was a time I was going through Facebook and I saw a
Mm,
comment where someone was saying, okay, not a comment actually, a video where someone
okay.
did more like a comedy video, me watching after watching a YouTube
Yeah.
cooking video and then trying it at home.
Okay.
And people were saying under the comment section, like they were saying all sorts of things that you wouldn't learn anything on YouTube and you shouldn't bother about it. So I
Yeah.
want you to tell us, how are you able to keep up with that? And some people actually find it very difficult to learn online. So how are you able to keep up with that?
Well, for me, YouTube was the game changer for me. I learned basics in physical classes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then with the little I gathered from the physical classes, I was able to understand what I saw or what I was seeing then on YouTube. Like, for instance, this embellishment, because I major mostly in embellishment. This embellishment I learned on YouTube. The person that taught me how to sew doesn't know how to do this. So with the basics I learned from her, I also put in my own creativity. So, and that is what has brought me here today. So,
All right. So I would also like you to tell me what it is like managing a business, your profession as a barrister, and your home as a mother and a wife.
okay. Well, I am not actively into practice, into law
Okay.
practice right now. Um, I was practicing initially 215 to 16. Then along the line, children started coming. I dropped. I stayed idle at home for a while, and it was really, really frustrating then. So I stayed at home for a while before I was able to come up with this idea of keeping myself busy while waiting for white collar job, which was not forthcoming at the time. So managing my home and my business. I actually do my business from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have your workshop in your house?
My house is my workshop.
Oh.
Yes. I dedicated one room
Oh.
in my house to
Okay.
sewing. So that has enabled me to oversee what's going on in my house, to take care of my children, and
So does it
also,
not interrupt your work?
no, it does
It
not.
doesn't.
No.
Your children doesn't come around, mommy, mommy, mommy,
They are
whenever you're
used to it
working.
now. They are
Okay.
used to it. Everybody has adjusted. They are used to it. So they don't interrupt me. So,
Okay, okay. All right, we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we would hear from Barrister Blessing on her worst days and her best days on the job. So stay tuned. You're still watching Women in Business right here on Afia TV, and I am your host, Marvelous Apwamaga. We are still with Barrister Blessing Chukunoso, the creative director of Blessing
House of Blessings
House
at
of
all.
Blessing Culture. All right. So, I've heard people, many people, especially business owners. I'm a
Yeah.
business owner,
Okay.
and I know what it is like managing customers and also, managing the profits, the capital, and all of that.
Mm.
So I would want you to relate to us what it is like, or what has been your challenge, or the challenges you've faced in business, managing your business.
Mm. Well, you know that every business has its ups and downs. And the major challenge I face daily is lack of manpower. I work alone. And then my case is that of the work is plenty, but laborers are few.
Okay.
That is the major challenge I'm having. And then I devised a means to help myself. I have one or two tailors that I will usually cut um, some fabrics and then take to them to help me stitch. Yeah. But the major challenge is that along the line, some of these people will have this notion that they are working for you, or I don't know.
They're doing you a favor.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
that's the word. They are doing you a favor without knowing that there is a write up I saw recently where they said collaboration in business is the new currency. So I think this is particular with women, you know. So this is the major challenge. Some of them feel that they are doing you a favor, you know. They don't want, they feel, okay, regardless that I pay them good money to get this work done for me, but they overlook the money aspect of it and then think they are doing my own job. Meanwhile, you were idle in your shop, and that was why I came to you. In fact, one of them came to me to look for this job. Then along the line, she started feeling like she was doing me a favor.
You know,
So
humans are one of the most
yes,
difficult creatures,
especially women.
especially women,
So
especially women.
these are the major challenges I'm having. And then one other challenge I've encountered in this business was it last year, December. I made two dresses for two friends. One has been a returning customer. The other one is just her friend. I made the addresses and sent to Lagos. It did not get to them. Instead, the logistic company I sent it through delivered something else to them.
How were you able to handle that issue?
I was forced to make another,
Another dress.
yes, I did make other dresses for them because I did not want to give us, even though they knew that it was not my fault. The woman understood that it was not my fault, but because I needed to keep up to my standard, I needed to satisfy my customers, so I had to go over again. I bought materials, embellished it. I think it was something like this I'm wearing. So you can imagine the cost. You can imagine what it took me to buy another fabric and then go over again. You know, those are the challenges that we have once in a while. But aside this, I think I'm enjoying the job.
Okay, so I love the fact that you're enjoying the job and you're enjoying what you do. And I would like you to tell me about your best and worst days on the job.
Well, I think I've talked about my worst day. And
The one
then,
of your delivery guy, the logistics.
yes,
Okay.
and then the attendant body pain that comes with this job. It's not easy. It's not easy. If you want to go into tailoring, just be ready for back aches, body aches, because it's not easy. It is not easy. So
How
I
many
think,
hours do you spend to make a dress like this one you're wearing?
well, I can't say I will spend hours to make this.
Days?
No,
Minutes?
maybe 30 minutes
30
just
minutes
to
to
make
make.
cuts and make this.
Okay. Without the beads?
Yes, without the beads. And then
Okay.
embellishment takes a better part of it because
Okay.
you will have to sit down and put these stones on the pattern board. You actually pick these stones one after the other. So this is what takes time. As for cutting and stitching this, no, it does not take me more than 30 minutes.
So you were also talking about, let me just take you back quickly. You were talking about, you said while you were waiting to get a white collar job,
Yeah.
you had to just, get busy. So would you still want to take a white collar job now if it comes?
Hmm. Well,
Well,
I would say for now, no.
why?
Because what this particular skill gives me, white collar job cannot give me in a month. So
Mm. Okay, I love that.
I'm
I
just
love
trying to
that.
be honest.
All right, thank you, Barista. We'll come back. Women Business return shortly, right after the break. Do stay tuned. Just watching Women in Business right here on Afia TV. And we have been having a beautiful conversation with Barrister Blessing Chukunonso on how her business has been, inspiration, and challenges and how she was able to overcome them. And now it's time to go into my favorite part of the show, which is the game segment. So, Barrister Blessing, that lady on screen,
Okay.
she's a woman in business. So all you have to do is identify her. Who do
Okay.
you think she is? Is she Ugochi Chikere, option B,
Okay.
or option C? You have just 10 seconds.
What does she do?
She's a woman in business, that's all I know.
She doesn't look
Like
Igbo
a
to me.
okay.
She doesn't even look like a Nigerian. I don't know. I think I'll go with option B.
Option B, Valerie. Okay, so let's see. Guys, option B. Oh, she's correct.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're not just a barrister and a
Okay.
mom and the creative director of ABBA. Well done,
Thank you.
Barrister Bless. I mean, it was nice having you on
Thank you.
the program. Now, before we go, I would like you to, give a word of advice for people who are watching that wants to be like you. Maybe mom or uh, young ladies that are watching and say, okay, I admire this woman and I would love to be like her. Because you've
Hmm.
told us about your startup story and yeah, it's something I'm sure people would want to. So what do you have to say to them?
Well, first of all, don't wish to be like anybody.
Okay.
Everybody is running their own race. So just be on your lane, discover what God has for you, discover your talent, and then go for it, develop it. It might not pay now, but I'm sure certainly to pay because this is my story. When I started, it wasn't like I was going to
Coming
make
Rosie.
anything out of it. But today, I enjoy international patronage, courtesy of the visibility and platform that Lolo Bakara has given me. So anything you find, anything legal that you find your hands to do it well, do it with dedication, with time, it will pay off.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister Blessing, for coming on the program,
You're
Women in
welcome.
Business. Thank you. So we've heard her. Whatever you're doing, be consistent, do it well, and make sure it's something you have passion for. Thank you so much. I mean, it's been a great time with Barrister Blessing on the
Thank
program
you.
here. Women in Business is every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. right here on Afia TV. And I am your host, Marvelous Apwamaga. Until we do this next Wednesday, do have a great evening.